Fuck out of here, fool. What's going on out there, everybody? The Showcast family, we're back at you once again with episode 26. I'm your host, DJ 1011, with my co-host,
G. Dillon.
All right. Round of applause. What's going on, G. Dillon?
Man, everything's good. Everything's
good, man.
I was just thinking about it on my way over. I'm like, well, you know me, man. I hold a whole lot of anxiety about a whole lot of shit. But on my way over here, I was like, man, I ain't living my best life, but I'm living a pretty damn good one.
Yeah, look at you, man. Shit, I see you with your motherfucking blue. Oh, you got your motherfucking blue. Hey.
I had to go conservative and shit on the end.
Hey, it could be worse. Trust me.
Oh.
It could be. I done been in worse. Where it done been worse for me, so I know it can get worse. Shit.
Absolutely.
I done did way worse than what I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, we're in February. The weather's still lovely. Man, I can't believe the weather. This the best February since I can remember. What is it, the 16th, 17th?
Yeah, I mean, all we've really had is just some rain, really.
Dude, over the weekend, I was out with a motherfucking hoodie on like this and shit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
ain't even had no big ass coat or nothing on. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Hey, I take it.
Every day.
Super Bowl Sunday. Did you see Super Bowl Sunday, man? That was a great ass Super Bowl.
Was a good game.
That was a dope game.
And I definitely got a chance to check it out, hanging out with some of my old homies. And it was a great game. First time two African American quarterbacks started.
Yeah.
Both of them played exceptionally well.
Yeah.
My man Patrick Mahomes did his thing and pulled the victory out.
My homeboy.
But hey, I tell you what, he showed himself the kind of cat he is, because he said, that the thing that impressed me the most, he said, hey, I don't want our victory to overshadow the fact that Jalen Hurts played a hell of a game.
Man, Jalen Hurts played perfect outside of that fumble.
That
fumble.
He's like, that was the real deal.
The stats he had, you expected my homeboy to have 300 some passing yards. You expect Jalen Hurts to have 300
3 touchdowns.
Yeah. You expected more so Patrick Mahomes to have that and him to have 190 some passing yards. Because Patrick Mahomes is known for having a big arm, but Jalen Hurts, man, he ain't got nothing to hang his motherfucking head about. You know what I'm saying?
I think
nothing at all.
Because Hurts had he ran for a couple of touchdowns, ran for 3 touchdowns, and that 2-point conversion, right?
Yeah, he tied with Terrell Davis for most rushing touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
I thought the difference was, as much as they dominated the game, they really should have scored more points.
You got to with my homeboy. You can't be taken for granted, man.
And particularly in the second half, they could not stop Kansas City. And they really wasn't stopping them too much in the first half, but it was just some unfortunate plays on that side of the Kansas City. Yeah. They had a lot of line penalties and shit like that really kind of
you got to put a team away
drives.
Who been there before. They been there too. You got to put them away.
Yeah, you got to put them away. And Kansas City got plays from a lot of different people.
That's what I'm saying.
They got guys. They had a big special teams play, that punt return.
Oh yeah.
And
that was big in the clutch.
They said that's the longest punt return in the history of the Super Bowl, and it didn't even go for no damn touchdown.
Nope, you would have thought somebody.
But that was a huge play.
Can't get my homeboy them motherfucking. What about what the fuck they went and shot his ankle up with at the halftime?
Wow.
What the fuck they went and gave him? He came out like wasn't nothing wrong and shit.
It's been a lot of sports incidents where it looked like some shit when my man fought Aaron Pryor fought Alexis Arguello.
Come back and
what happened? What did they do? But I mean, the way it looked, it looked like it probably hurt initially, but that adrenaline going, they retape it.
Yeah, you tape. You can't sit down. You walk around. All that. Did you see our girl Rihanna, man? Did you have a chance? Did you
So I'm gonna be honest.
Check out like that.
I saw pretty much the whole thing visually, but I was out on the balcony smoking a cigar.
How there you going bullshit?
So I didn't hear it. How how it went. But it looked visually stunning.
Yeah.
Cause like we watch like her Savage Fenty fashion shows all the time whenever they come out.
I bet you do watch that, motherfucker.
And that's a whole nother discussion. But and I saw the braids platforms and that, it looked sharp.
The production was excellent.
But then like when we get back into the room, everybody's like, yeah, everybody's just
yeah, because just okay. She revealed that she's expecting again. Her and ASAP got right back to it ASAP, baby. Yeah. They baby only 9 months, so she revealed she was pregnant and she couldn't move like that. So yeah, I like the production, but I'm used to Rihanna getting it in, work, you know what I'm saying? So people were a little disappointed that they like she should have got. I think she thought the world was going to be just excited to see that she introduced her pregnancy there. I thought people were going to take to that more. Like, she pregnant.
Ain't nobody give a damn about that.
They would with Beyonce, but she ain't Beyonce. Yeah, and that's kind of what they jumped on Stephen A. about before this. Yeah. That she ain't Beyonce, but she don't have that. I think they would have took to it a little better than Beyonce. They kind of gave Rihanna a hard time. She ain't do that bad considering she got a belly. You know what I'm saying?
I don't view it as something... They supposed to give her a hard time. Yeah. It's obvious that, she's expecting and she can't put the kind of performance down that she normally would.
She shouldn't have did it then.
In terms of dance, damn, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? How many women here go to work pregnant? You know what I mean? Like, damn, calm down.
Nah, she ain't do bad considering.
Because this is just square biz here. I don't give a shit how good she do. It ain't gonna be as good as Princess shit.
There you go.
Right? Say Rihanna go out there and do the best performance that she can possibly put out. It's still gonna be okay. like Stephen A. She ain't Beyonce.
They jumped on Stephen A. ass about it. Hey, man. So hey y'all, don't jump on me about that. I'm just saying, like, I think if Beyonce would have announced she was pregnant on the Super Bowl, I'm sorry, that they would have went more crazier because I think more people was just infatuated with her.
Oh yeah, probably so.
You know what I'm saying?
If it had been her, if it had been Taylor Swift.
Yeah. You know shit like that. Yeah. Rihanna icon, but
she ain't that.
We just being honest. I think that's what Stephen A. meant.
That's just life.
But it's life. Shit, I ain't get all the girls every time I went around. Shit, it was always that motherfucker. And I be like, he be getting all the hoes. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. Shit. But hey, considering Rihanna, you did a good job. Hey, ASAP, I see you, man. You trying to be a stay-at-home husband. ASAP Rocky, man. 9 months, he went right back in for the kill. Hey man,
hey man.
If you gonna do it, he doing it with the right motherfucker, ain't he, man?
I can't say nothing bad about it.
Yeah, no.
Man, hey, look, I be at home with kids. Diaper bags, all that. I be all that.
The diaper bag is strapped.
Have a shirt with puke on it and shit. All of that.
That's why I say he ain't having no baby by no bum, motherfucker. He got here doing on bullshit. Hey, he from Harlem, New York. He ain't no motherfucking fool. Shit. Hey, Sap, I see you. Rihanna, I see you. Congratulations to y'all, though,
y'all
man.
do y'all thing, man. We happy for you.
Yeah, we happy for you. Congratulations to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Super Bowl, it was a great Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I won a little scratch-o-lee. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad at all. You know
this is the first Super Bowl, and as long as I can remember that I didn't have a penny on it. I didn't play no squares. I ain't bet nothing. I ain't had no side bet with nobody. Nothing.
Well, you can enjoy the game better when you like that.
Yeah, I guess.
When you say, fuck that, I want to win a little money.
Because I was sitting there with my man, and he had played a square. In fact, he had split a square with another homie of ours on somebody's sheet. I don't even know whose sheet it was. And that's the first time he had ever played a square.
So he didn't even know how to read it right.
Yeah, so I was helping him. But he knew that the numbers he had wasn't looking promising.
Yeah, but you won't be able to know with that and shit.
Yeah, I was like,
I think I won with an 8 and a 1 or some shit like that.
Yeah, like an 8 and a 2.
I won like an 8 and a 1. That's what I'm saying. So you just never know with that type of shit now. It don't be looking good traditionally, but now they got the 2-point conversion, what they ain't had back then. Like it's a lot of shit in the NFL that they got that could make it. You know what I'm saying?
So what did you win with?
I won with I think I had an 8 and a 1, third quarter. I think that's when I won.
Yeah, it sure did have an 8.
It wasn't no number. It wasn't no good number. I thought when I looked at it, but hey.
Yeah, because he had an 8 and a 2.
I'll take it.
He had an 8-2, and we were in the car going to the game, and I was like, yeah, them. I mean,
yeah, you don't know.
Anything can happen.
Yeah. Cause I wasn't excited about my numbers.
I'm on no great numbers.
But like I said, with the 2-point conversion implemented and coaches more aggressive, it throw the traditional score off.
Yeah.
They go for 2-pointers and all that shit more often. So, I mean, it was a great Super Bowl, man. You know, I'm looking forward to next year. I'm looking forward to football already. You know, the All-Star weekend, basketball coming up, you know, but we ain't got no football or baseball. We just got basketball right now. But hey, did you happen to see the mass shooter from Buffalo? He got convicted.
Oh yeah,
he got convicted. He got life. He got life. Some people say he should have got death penalty, but I don't think the death penalty is up in Buffalo no more.
I don't think New York has a death penalty.
I mean, I was happy to see him.
They had a moratorium on it or something. I
was happy to see him get life, and they ain't let him play that crazy ass role and shit. And you know what I'm saying? So somebody tried to get his ass in the courtroom too during conviction. They tried to rush him, man. Tried to get his ass. They know where I'm gonna get. It's like the NBA. They know how that's security.
Like the NBA. You don't want no smoke.
They want to get him. They ain't trying to get him for real and shit.
Just like NBA fight, motherfuckers happen to slip through and get there, and then what?
They push him and shit. You really wanted to knock that motherfucker head off. Now you just push him.
You know,
and we ain't making fun. I know that was probably a serious situation. That person probably really was hurt. But yeah, you know they ain't gonna let you rough that man up like that.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
So.
They ain't gonna let that happen. And I mean, and then what is that gonna do? What purpose is that gonna serve?
Yeah, you give him a couple
is that really gonna make you feel better?
Nah. You know, they probably just acting out of emotion. Looking at his probably reaction and sitting there like he ain't remorseful, and I can see how you probably won't, but yeah, they ain't gonna let you do too much to him. They ain't gonna let you get too close, and dude, you know they gonna protect that guy. You know they gonna protect that guy. And they ain't gonna let you do too much. But yeah, I'm glad.
I mean, and people, when we saying that, and the fact that they're protecting him, they're mandated to protect him. You know, that's their job, particularly in a courtroom. And they can't just let that kind of shit happen.
That's
you know what I mean?
Protection, like you said.
The man went through the system. He's duly punished.
And much as a criminal as he is, they still got to protect him. He in their hands at that point.
It's incumbent upon them to protect him. Yeah. Now, I guess I seem like to me, you never see though the motherfucker that get off of some shit get attacked.
Right. So what we say, like you just trying to attack because you just know they were gonna let you. Yeah. I mean, cause we got our man George Zimmerman, that motherfucker. I ain't heard about shit happen to that motherfucker and shit.
No,
you know
nobody did nothing to him.
Yeah.
I think he got locked up though.
Yeah, got locked up for something. But that was around on the bars.
Florida kicking
Yeah. So I remember Jay-Z had the line like, man, who he say? He said they killed the rapper and then they let Zimmerman live. Like, don't talk to me about no street shit. You know what I'm saying? Street shit dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kill one of your own, but this motherfucker walking around and shit. Who we know did some bogus shit. We listen to him on the call. Stop following him. You still following him. But yeah, I'm glad the guy did get life. You know what I'm saying? He deserved that.
Yeah, he got what he
killed
deserved.
some elderly black people just out shopping on a regular day. And, man, it's just crazy. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. You in a supermarket. You know what I'm saying? And a motherfucker just coming there blasting.
You know, all of that though, it all goes. It just from beginning to end, it just kind of shows you the disparities in the system. You know, this cat, he go in there, he busts all these shots, kill all these people, come out, he get a chance
shot
to give himself up.
He ain't getting roughed up.
Then the boy up there in Highland Park,
up here where we at.
Him in the car. Oh, could you do us a favor? Could you pull over?
Yeah.
You know, they just George Zimmerman. He come in, they take his head out, and they get him something to eat.
Told you not to follow him. He's supposed to went to jail off that alone.
Yeah, you know,
I'm on the phone telling you do not follow this guy.
Yeah, you know, they get him something to eat and all that. The boy down there who shot up the church. Yeah. You know, they take him out and get him something to eat. Yeah. Taken care of.
That dude always saying weird, like, man, they ain't nothing really happened to him. They ain't got shot. They ain't took a shot. Nothing. Yeah, it just seemed crazy.
You juxtapose that against, you see a video of the cops beat down some motherfucker, some brother somewhere for jaywalking and shit. Literally for jaywalking.
yeah, that ain't funny. That ain't good.
You know,
that ain't good.
It's a huge disparity in the way we get treated out here, and they You know, and I heard somebody talking about this. Something happened to some cops do some shit to some motherfucker in California or some other state, and then you get a motherfucker on TV talking about, well, they shooting each other in Chicago. The fuck they got to do with this?
With California, what the fuck you bringing up Chicago?
And then and then this is the problem that I have with that whole argument, and that's that somebody getting shot in Chicago like that have some criminal behavior. That's some criminal
ain't got nothing to do with
shit.
race or nothing.
So you saying that because some criminal shit is going on and what the police get to mimic that shit?
Nah, police ain't supposed to be criminals.
Right.
They're supposed to be doing criminal
Right.
shit. Yeah.
But
you're a criminal, you're supposed to be locked up like a criminal. You know what I'm saying?
But if you look at how some of the shit that the police do, they act just like fucking criminals.
They are. That, like you said, that's criminal behavior.
You know, they lie. They start telling lies about everything that happened. Then the truth come out, and don't nobody had to bear no consequences as a result of that. Filing these false reports and all this shit, and nobody and all that's cool and shit. Don't nobody say a word about that shit.
Yeah. Nah,
we get to keep their job. If you or I lie on our paperwork at work, we get fired and shit.
Oh yeah, you'll get your ass fired. You'll get your ass fired. That's right. They'll condemn you for that shit. Like where you lied, you pencil whipping and you lied. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, the police, they should be held more to a higher standard. They supposed to get punished worse than a criminal to me because you took an oath.
You took an oath to uphold the law.
To uphold the law and protect. And you know what I'm saying? When I call the police, I'm supposed to think twice about reaching out to the police, but I do.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Cause I'm like, I'm calling for me, but that shit can turn on me so quick, which is crazy for us to think like that. But we done seen that time and time again. You know what I'm saying?
And then and I find myself when I see like the police getting involved in something, like wondering, like, oh shit.
You see?
How is this gonna go?
And you shouldn't think like that.
And more often than not, I see the police and under some shitty circumstances.
Some of them handle it, yeah.
I see the police handle themselves just fine.
Yeah.
And do what needs to be done. Cause I seen stuff where, something happened and somebody keep running their mouth and they all excited and talking shit and da-da-da-da. And the police just, hey, dude, just go about your business. Just go ahead, get in, the party's over.
Which is how they should be for the most part. Ain't no immediate threat. Shouldn't be out here beating motherfuckers, busting motherfuckers upside their head.
And I'm thinking, sometimes I be thinking, somebody need to slap the shit out that motherfucker because he's just out of order.
That's why we need just good, decent human beings out here. Police, regular people. He's just, like you said, he's a criminal. You doing criminal activity. You're worse than these motherfucking thugs out here and shit. Like the guy in Memphis, taking pictures. You done beat this boy to death. Down there comatose. You taking pictures, sending it out to people. What type of human being are you? Like, something's wrong with you, dude. Like, come on, dude.
And like somebody, they should put him in front of a mic and make him explain that shit.
Yeah, like what was you thinking?
Your life depends on this right now. So you tell us.
You better tell us something that
you need to tell us
halfway
what that's about.
sense. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But
so
see,
that was silly.
I ain't gonna do that.
It's a criminal activity though. Like you said, they ain't got nothing to do with police color or nothing. When motherfucker be talking about but that's a criminal activity. So you telling me the police, even if I did, I'm a criminal, I did that, he's supposed to be able to do what I do? No.
So let me ask you this. As raggedy as that shit was in Memphis, if those had been all white boys who did that shit to my man, you think they would have busted them as soon as they busted the brothers out?
It. You ain't gotta ask that. We done seen that shit plenty of times before. We seen them shit. The only difference between him and Rodney King didn't die. Rodney King might have took a worse ass whooping.
Yeah.
He just didn't die, and we looked at that shit on camera and motherfucker got off his shit. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So, the consequences ain't the same and shit.
Now, playing devil's advocate, I will say this. The Rodney King shit, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, well.
And there have been some incremental changes along the way.
What difference do that make? We seen it on camera and shit.
Yeah.
We seen you beating the fuck out of. So it was still some bullshit though. That's what I'm saying.
It was some bullshit.
It been some changes. Have things got a little better since then? They have got a little better. A little. Emphasis on the word little. We still got a long way to go, but they have got a little better since the Rodney King incident. Cause that would that was the first time we really seen it on camera to that extent.
Yeah.
We just seen it a few times now and shit. Motherfuckers shoot. The guy tried to pull off and they unloaded in him. Okay, he pulling off, but y'all had to unload and shit in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he using it as a weapon. Motherfucker, y'all behind the car and shit. You know what I'm saying? So you have to unload. And the chick, remember the chick in Minnesota? Somebody, she thought it was her taser. You ain't thought it was your motherfucking taser.
Yeah.
And you pulled out a real gun and shot the motherfucker and killed him and shit. So, I mean, but.
It was some years back, a few years back at least. There's a white lady. She got like 1.3 mil, I think, something like that, because her son, and he was fairly young, he was a teenager, and a policeman shot him. He was driving off, and it was the same thing. The police were trying to say, oh, he's trying to run me over and all that shit. And then there was a video from somewhere.
See,
and showed it. Yeah. And he showed where he shot the boy in the back.
See.
You know, one of the bullets hit him in the back of his shoulder. On camera. Yeah, she got like, I want to say 1.3 million.
But she lost her son, though.
Yeah, but she did. He killed the boy, you know.
Yeah, she lost her son. And that's why I said that just comes from being a decent human being and shit. So that's why you try to raise your kids and teach them good principles and good morals and shit. Not saying these people parent them, because sometimes you got people just grow old and they just go their own way. But for the most part, you should raise your kids, decent morals, teach them principles, and try to instill, make them a decent human being for the most part. That's go to another question I got to ask you and shit. Do you think us as a culture, do you think we give up on our kids too quick or just put them at the house per se? Because I have had this conversation, people go back and forth with it, and it'd be a big debate in our community about us putting our kids out the nest too quick, putting them at the house too quick. What do you think about this?
Well, I'm kind of on the cusp of those types of decisions. Now, me personally, I was kind of, my pop owned some property, so I had an apartment, like on his property. So I was kind of around, for a good while compared to most, but I'm paying rent, paying bills, that kind of stuff.
Even that, I get back to that. That's another topic too.
But, but I know that there are people out there who've been like, man, motherfucker, you need to move on. And that, and I did, got married and left and all of that. Now, my wife has said, at this age, blah, blah, he need to be gone. But now, as...
She said that about y'all, child?
Yeah.
Okay. At a certain age, not now, but she's saying at a certain age, he need to be...
She got a number.
Getting the fuck up out of
She got a number.
You're right. We ain't going to tell you a number before you don't get nervous.
But... I kind of sense that she kind of sees that it's a little bit different, maybe. Like I guess my rule of thumb is, the kid is in school and he's doing some stuff and he's doing some positive stuff. He can hang around a little while. I don't think nobody just need to be out of the house 17, 18 years old.
Okay.
That ain't, to me, that ain't realistic.
So do you have a number in your, or it just, you just go with the flow and see how stuff going?
See, I don't think I have a definite number. And I also think that there's some nuance to the argument one way or another. Like there's some families that have like the space and had the property and had like you look at like people that farm, like farm families.
Yeah. They had
they got a lot of property and like they'll build another house on the property.
Yeah.
For their son, their kids, each of the kids. Like say they got 3 sons, they have 3 other houses, and they'll bring their wives out there, because they're all still working the farm and still doing what they're doing, and they also contribute. You look at Europe and other parts of the world, you'll have multi-generations that'll still live together. You know what I mean? So
that's why I asked about our culture and shit. Do you think? Yeah.
I think we tend to kind of want to just push people out. Push kids out.
Why you think that is? Why you Why you think that is?
I don't know. I think we think that that's a part of growing up. But I think a lot of times kids aren't necessarily prepared. I think there are a lot of people that do that make that decision, and that say that their kids need to be out, need to do this. But they haven't really prepared them to be out there and be self-sufficient.
I can agree with you on that. Like, do I like just my thing on it. Like you said, I don't think they need to be put out at 18 and shit, but I think you need to be listening.
Like I
you need to be listening and shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Like how to me, it's crazy as hell. You done push this kid out at 18 years old. He got to leave your house, but he's still cashing his checks at the currency exchange.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He don't have a bank account. He don't know how to balance a bank account. He don't know none of that shit. He don't know how to handle none of his no business out there in the world. But yet you saying to him he need to be out there. But for me, you ain't did your fucking job.
My thing is, like, you know, I'm going to speak for myself. My thing is, everybody got to act accordingly. You need to act like you living with me and shit, too. And don't be coming to me talking about something. Well, I'm grown. I'm this age. Hey, you need to stop it with that shit, because I put you out this motherfucker, you're going to be crying like you're a baby. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, if I'll let you work a couple years. You just say if you graduated. Of course, I want you to go to college or really pursue. Sit you down and ask you, like, so what do you have planned for life? Like, what's going on? I ain't finna put you out, but I do need to know, what do you think? No, you're not just finna stay here and you ain't finna help out, or you just finna lay on your ass. No, you're not gonna stay here like that. But if you got a plan and all that, I ain't finna rush you out and push you out. You know what I'm saying? I give you adequate amount of time, but you need to act like a person who's living with somebody and, oh, this my shit. I'm grown and I can have company spend the night now. You can't really do that in other people's houses and shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell you gotta, when you get a certain age, 20 or whatever, I ain't gonna tell you gotta come in a certain time. Just let me know where you at and shit. You might want to spend the night out with your girl, and then y'all can't spend the night in here. Y'all can get y'all a room or whatever. But I need to know that you saving money, that you got your head on right, that you trying to, you know what I'm saying? You ain't just getting your money buying Jordans all the time and not saving and nothing. Yeah, I'm going to charge you. I won't even charge you if I know that's what you had. Pops, hold this for me. Hold that for me. I got this plan. This is what I'm going to do in 4 years and all that. No, I ain't going to kick you out and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think you should, find a plan, find out what the plan is and help them understand and move towards that plan.
Mistakes you made,
and I can't remember what I was watching, but a guy, he was saying, he was talking to a Middle Eastern guy, a younger guy, and he was the guy was driving a real sharp ass car, like a Lambo or something like that, and he was asking him, and maybe we talked about this.
I know a guy like that, Indian guy. I think I might talk to you about that.
And talking about how
my brother,
we all stay in the same house. Our wives, we pool all our money together, and we make these decisions together. We get this car and this, and we take turns, whatever. But we pool our money.
Together.
They gave to have more.
Everybody gave the money to their old man, their father, and he distributed it out. You know what I'm saying? He was good with money. He distributed. Oh yeah, he had Corvette. He had Denali. They had like 10 gas stations and shit. He was a Middle Eastern guy. You know what I'm saying? He said his pops told him, "Don't be fucking with no black people." Cause he couldn't even tell his pops he was messing with me and my brother at the time. But he like, man, I got my own man. And I see you guys really cool. He'll come over there, eat with us. We ain't never fuck with him or nothing. We told him it's people, bad people and all shit. Do it. Is it some fucked up people of our? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can't do this with everybody. I ain't telling you to do this with everybody. But once we done been in that gas station numerous of times, talked to him. We never got loud with him. So he picked up on character on his own. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he like, I see that's not true, but my old man, he's an older guy. So, he in the old culture, like, don't be fucking with no black people and shit. But but they was all willing to put their money. Too many of us ain't finna be trying to give them my whole check and you gonna tell me what you gonna get, but I work for this. But why not? You know what I'm saying? If your father, if I see you fucking out, Pops, now I ask you for $20 and you ain't got it and this shit. I'm gonna want to keep my own motherfucking shit.
So, shit. I remember I was talking to a dude one time and he was like, yeah, man, I was staying home and my pop was making me pay, so much a week and blah, blah, blah. And when I moved out, he had been saving all that money for me and he gave it back to me.
I know who you're talking about.
So I was thinking to myself, from the time I was 16 and started working, I had to get my old man something.
Yeah,
every week.
Me too. I had to get my mom something too.
Had to get my man something.
Yeah, I had to get my mom something.
And he used to always remind me.
I mean, you get an attitude, but once they teach you.
He used to always remind me, this little bit of shit I'm asking you for ain't shit.
Wait till you get them bills. That's what my mama used to say.
He's like, trust me, you could be out there doing way worse than this.
My mama used to tell me the same thing.
I just remember thinking to myself, man, my old man would never go give me none of that shit back.
You already know. And be honest, you won't go there ask him for it back. You be like, motherfucker, you asked me for them $300 back. All that motherfucking food, you ate $100-something worth of food in a week's time, motherfucker.
All I could think about was my old man out there gambling that little bit of money with his boys on the golf course.
And if you would have asked for it back, he'd be like, you serious
you
right
lost
now?
Your damn mind. Get out of here.
Right, you already know, cause a lamb, my brother could tell you, a lamb is when me and my brother was still at the house at the same time, everybody else was gone. And my mama's favorite line used to be like, I ain't buying no Jordan. You get a job, and you can buy your own shit and shit. So my brother, he was like, this motherfucker told her we could buy our own shit, but she taking all the money and shit. Well, how the fuck I'm gonna buy my own shit? He was like really puzzled about that shit, G. And he looking at me, he like, the fuck she always somebody get a job and you can pay your own shit. Now you done took the goddamn money.
This would have been the shit. And one day your mom walk in the crib with some Jordans on and shit. You be like, damn.
Yeah, so he always used to be puzzled like, why would she tell us that? Like, when you get your job, you can buy your own shit. Then I got the job, she done took 75% of the money and shit. Like, but I understand when she explained it to me. She like, the bill collector gonna take more than that. You know what I'm saying? Some people would think it's wrong. You know, everybody got their different how they feel about stuff, but I ain't gonna lie, it did teach me to be very responsible about her doing it. I hated it at the time, but right now I don't have no problem paying bills, taking care of my business. Cause I was used to giving that money up to her and shit. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't used to giving your money up, man, I can't speak for everybody, but I probably have a hard time paying these motherfucking bills now. Like, I ain't gonna pay that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just don't have like no set age or number in my head. You know what I mean?
Nah, I don't got no set age, but
I'm just at a point where I'm trying to keep him on this path. You know, I feel fortunate that he really has a good idea of what it is he wants to do. Yeah, he ain't in the streets
and all that.
Yeah, he ain't out here in the streets. He
level headed for the most part.
Yeah, well, you met him. You know, he's solid and shit. So I just want him to be prepared and have the ability to live his best life. And I want to give him all the tools necessary to do that. Yeah. And now all the rest of that, all that shit will take care of itself.
Yeah, I ain't got a set age in my mind, but yeah, when you get to getting up in them upper 20s and shit, I might look at you like, hey, what's going on?
Oh, well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a point to be like, dude. You know?
Yeah, you 28. I see you got your little girlfriend and y'all going out all the time. What's happening?
Yeah, what's up, man?
But 18, 19, I think that probably is. If you got a decent human being for a child and shit, I don't think you need to be trying to put them out. Now, like I said, you got a rebellious ass motherfucker, I'll put you out. I ain't gonna lie about that. I'm grown. You can't tell me what to do. I ain't got to call her. You can get the fuck out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, we had a friend in the family, the cat, and he used to say, he's like, yeah, I think he had a few kids. He said whenever one of them motherfuckers move out, he let them take the bed.
So they ain't got to come back there. Ain't no bed there. Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah, this is a gift from me to you. Yeah.
So you got to be talking about steal a bed over there. Ain't no in there, motherfucker. I made that into my studio, motherfucker. So ain't nowhere to sleep. You can't sleep with me.
Man, you hear, you know, I heard so many crazy ass stories and shit from people about the shit that they did with their kids. Like,
oh yeah, like we've been through some shit.
It used to always make me laugh. The story about, you know, kid, like especially like, you know, them girls good for this shit, running in the room and slamming their door.
Yeah. In my house.
Yeah, mama say, yeah, okay. She come home the next day, and motherfucking door gone.
Ain't no doors on the hinges. Ain't no hinges on the motherfucking frame. No door on the frame.
The door laid out in the yard, cut in half.
What happened to my? Yo, though, that's your problem right there when you talking about mine.
You ain't got shit up here.
You pay shit and don't want to pay shit. But yeah, I get it. Ain't no set age. But yeah, I think you know, from the time they graduate high school, I give you 4 years if you doing something decent, 4, 5 years. You go to college or whatever. You doing something decent with yourself, and then we're gonna have to come back to this. What the fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? If I see you ain't doing that at all, and you got this smart ass mouth and mentality and attitude about yourself, I'll put you out too. I ain't above that. You can get the fuck up out of here. I don't give a fuck. I did my job. I got you till you 18. You don't want to listen. You want to think you grown. You can get the fuck out. But yeah, if you're a decent human being, I ain't finna put you out that day. I give you, like you said, 22, 23 and shit. Like, what you gonna do, bro? You know what I'm saying? So, nah, I don't think you should. I think we do. But that's part of how we raise our kids too and shit. Cause like you said, other motherfucker is super discipline and structure from the jump and shit. We try to let them have their opinions and shit and all that shit. Now, okay, what do you think? Okay, and I'm sorry and all that. And them other coaches, they be like, hey, this the rules, motherfucker. You gonna follow. I don't give a fuck how strict you think it is. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I think back like this, like when I left, got married. You know, was gone for a few years and then went through some problems and, you know, was going through a divorce and whatnot. You know, so I moved back in and, you know, my man, he ain't really.
Yeah, ain't tripping because he know it was life. He like, you thought it was easy, motherfucker. That's basically how he thinking to himself.
He really say it. He was just like, man, you good? You
yeah. He probably tell your mom like, I know that shit don't be easy and shit.
You know, he's like, man, you know, shit
That's
happens.
one thing about my mama, man. My mama was super strict, but she never put us out. It was just, you had to follow these rules. You had to get a job. You had to help pay some of these bills. Can't do what the fuck you. She ain't never put you out like, you got to go. You just had to follow these rules.
She made you want to leave, though.
She made you want to leave. That's the thing. Then she ain't make it that comfortable to where, I could just stay. I could fuck here. I could have my girl. Nah, ain't none of that happening. So she made it to where you want your own. Like, man, I need to get the fuck up out of here. It just made you get a sense of urgency. Yeah, it made you get a sense of urgency and want your own shit. So mama, she never put us out. She never put me out, or she never put none of us out. Yeah, it just made you, like you said, you had a certain extent. Like, I gotta get my own shit. Cause she ain't letting it flash. She don't give a fuck how old you is.
I mean, like, you know, like at this point in my life, I mean, we're fortunate, you know, we got some space, you know, through circumstance, you know, so got some room. And so, I mean, we got some options. And so for me, it just ain't like no big high pressure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Especially if you're a decent kid. That's the key word. If you're a decent human being, that's the key thing for me.
You know, he a good boy.
You decent. So. I mean, you can be my brother. You can be my homie and shit. If you're a decent human being, I ain't give you time. If you really need somewhere and I know you're a decent person, man, you can come over here. I ain't finna let you be on the street and shit, but we need to know what's this goal. What's the plan and shit. You know what I'm saying?
And like I remember, like when I went away to college and then came back, it was like a completely different dynamic between me and my pop.
Yeah, from the time you went and came back.
Yeah,
you done got older. You know.
You know, so he know I've been down there, you know, doing some shit, and so now
you been free for this little time.
We started running. He started like letting me run with him like more, like doing stuff and like seeing the kind of shit like him and his partners was doing. And I was like, ooh, damn. And then, you know, I would get like, he'd be out there and he'd get a little full and whatnot. And we, you know, we drinking together. And then he'd make me drive home and, you know, shit like that, you know.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, at this age, you know, I ain't got a baby and coddle you at a certain age.
Yeah, so, you know, my son is in school and I can hear the maturity in his voice.
That's what you want to hear.
You know, and I mean, he's local, so I can kind of see him and talk to him.
You want to hear, though, like you said, maturity. When motherfuckers be like, man, I remember 10, 11, I remember we used to do this and do that. Motherfucker, should I be doing that shit 15 years later? So you telling me you surprised that I'm a different person 15 years later? I'm supposed to be a different person for the better. You know what I'm saying? 15 years later, I'm supposed to be doing the same shit I was doing 15 years ago. Like, you know, people be acting like that's crazy that you different. No, you supposed to mature and do that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, this damn car insurance.
Sometimes I hate
that shit is expensive.
Sometimes I hate them too responsible and shit. Sometimes I be wishing I could be carefree and be like, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? I look at some people, they be like, hey, dude, I'm gonna get that shit next month. I'm finna go on vacation. And I just can't bring myself to do that. I wish sometimes I would be more irresponsible. Like, that shit could wait. But I'm one of them people, got it from mama, like you said. Paying my shit the time I get it. I know I gotta have rent. I gotta have mortgage. I gotta have a car note. I'm getting that shit out of my hand. I ain't waiting to the last minute. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I be wishing I was like that and I could live more carefree.
Like that's one thing. Like between me and my girl now, you know, we like every couple on the face of the earth pretty much. You know, we done went through some shit that had our disagreements, But one thing she could never, ever say.
Fucked around with them bills and shit.
Is that I didn't maintain my level of responsibility.
Yep, that's me.
You know, that I'm gonna take care of the shit that I've been taking care of.
And tell me sometime, they ain't trying to get your job. Tell me sometime you ain't sit back and be like, man, I should say fuck this shit.
Because these boys right.
But you can't bring yourself to be who you ain't.
You say yourself because these boys right.
Yeah, you want to run off.
They don't give a fuck about.
You want to run off for like 2 months
shit.
and make a motherfucker really appreciate you. Like, I'm gonna be gone, little brother. They gonna be looking for me and shit. So. Yeah, that's why I said sometimes I be wishing I could. I look at some of my buddies and girl chicks I know, and I'll be looking like, damn, she like, they gonna get that shit when they get it and shit. And they'll go out, buy new outfits, go out of town.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be like, them motherfuckers really living carefree. She like, they gonna get it when they get it. And I really just can't live like that. I wish I could at times.
And then, like, sometimes my thing is, I be feeling like, you know, I'll just be taking this shit for granted. Like, you know, they so used to me.
So you been there.
Getting up. Doing what I do.
I mean,
shit
just like
paid,
work. Yeah.
the lights be on, these phones on, all of this shit that they just don't even. And then I gotta tell the motherfucker the shirt to turn the lights out.
Yeah, we take little things for granted. I mean, just like us shooting a show and shit. You know, you can go out there, you gonna do something else, and you be like, you get somebody else, you be like, damn, my dynamic, the little shit that we did, it just ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? So you know the little shit you take for granted, you gotta appreciate it every day. I mean, just like your job and shit. 98% of the time, motherfucker know you gonna be in that motherfucker. If he's scheduled today, he gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? So you can't take little shit like that for granted. That's another thing. Like, I just be sitting back thinking and shit like, wow, a lot of us, we just seem to think we gonna get generational wealth overnight, man. It's a lot of people I talk to like that. Like, you know, they willing to invest for a month. They got a different idea every month. I'm like, what happened to you? What happened to that last month and shit? I won't bring in no money. I won't bring in no money. Motherfucker, you already did it for a month. Do you know this shit take years and years? Like you said, doing this type of shit. Howard Stern, them and shit, they doing this shit for years.
Been on for a long time.
Yeah. Like Steve Harvey said, he didn't get on to what? He was like almost 50 years old or something. Like, motherfucker, I ain't get that turn till I was like 50. If I would have gave up, that would have been any shit. So, yeah, we seem to think we going to do something a month or two, and it's just going to take off, and we going to have Diddy and Jay-Z money and shit. And it just don't work like that.
Well, and then I think...
It just don't work like that.
I think a lot of people, particularly now, really put a lot of focus on what they see on social media.
Yeah, it is. And that should be fake as hell.
First of all, there's a lot of people on social media broke as hell.
Fake as
really
hell.
Doing shit.
Yep.
And then the people who are on have put a lot of time and effort into it. And then I think people have an unrealistic expectation or view of what's average and what's above average. Like, they don't realize, you know, the average household income in this country. If you ask a lot of people, they say, oh, it's $100,000. Hell no.
Nah. The average income cheaper than that shit.
No, like more like
it's way less than that.
And if you black, it's even lower than that.
Yeah, talking about the average income. Nah.
You know,
100,000 ain't bad shit. A lot of motherfuckers ain't got no 100,000.
A lot of motherfuckers ain't got that.
Nah. 2-income household ain't got that.
But so like the average guy in this country, the average yearly salary is probably like $40,000-$50,000 or something like that.
That sound about right. $50,000 some dollars, like you said.
You know, and so people had this perception that it's.
Could they look at that shit? Yeah, like you said.
You know, like a 2-income, the average income, a 2-income household is more than that. But I mean, it ain't really no whole lot of money.
Nah.
Or like people think, or what they think ain't shit is really a lot more than they think. You know, like somebody making $70,000, $80,000, $90,000. That's a pretty decent fucking living.
And that still ain't no generational wealth. So you be thinking, you thinking like you gonna just get this and everything gonna be good. Well, such and such. No, that's what you see, such and such. He ain't tell you how long, because they don't tell you the back end, a lot of people. Well, it's just like a dope dealer. They show you all the cars and shit. They don't tell you how many times he went to jail. He got shot. Motherfucker robbed him. He fighting a case now. You just see these Cadillacs and these Mercedes and shit he driving, and you seem to think that, and that's a false sense of reality, like you said. And social media, I think it do a lot of that to people.
And then they see people kind of on the back end of their careers or their life have some shit But it took them years and years.
And like you said, they on the back end. Now I'm 60 years old.
You know, like people, they hustle and they save money and people want to have money. They want to spend money. They want to have shit.
They don't want to invest back in it.
And then think that they supposed to have shit at the end.
Yeah, they don't want to invest back in it. Yeah.
People, the average person out here working, it's a lot of sacrifice that goes into.
We got to.
That's the key word, G.
That's the key word. Sacrifice. You got to sacrifice. That means when your buddy was going to the club and shit all the time, you can't do that. I guarantee you, if you got a buddy, he's going to the club every weekend, and you don't, and you sacrifice, you'll be further along than him 15 years from now. Like
you see people all the time who, you know, they'll have a job that'll match.
401k,
that match their 401k, but every chance they get, they pulling that money
out of it,
or taking a loan against it, or
for bullshit.
Yeah,
I see some serious shit, but for some bullshit, yeah.
You know, and then you'll see, then they'll be talking to somebody like my age who say, you know, that and tell them how much they have put away, you know, for their retirement on, and they be looking at you like, oh wow, how you do that? Yeah. Like, yeah, motherfucker, you could do it too.
And the older I got, I learned to appreciate that by meeting people, and even then, you know, when we growing up, you thought your old man, like you said, your old man's probably thought he was rich and shit. You ain't think about all the sacrifice because you young and you don't know that, and you looking like, damn, I used to be looking like, how my mama got this motherfucking money and shit. She got 6 kids, such as that. But the older I got, I realized the sacrifices she was taking and money she was putting up. And like you said, 401k, she was investing in. So when shit did happen, she was able to grab the money. She wasn't rich. It was just, she was calculated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These steps got to be calculated and shit.
They made
you know what I'm saying?
A conscious effort. And it's a lot of little shit. You know, like I see people who bring their lunch every day to work. But then you see people ordering shit out every day.
Yeah, so you ain't gonna have the money I have.
I mean, me and my old lady went to Hooters the other day.
Like $70.
Yeah, and I mean, we like it, but
for 2 people,
that shit costs.
You can't be eating that every day.
But you can't be doing that.
Yeah, you
that
treat
kind
yourself
of stuff every day.
You
gotta eat. You gotta fix some shit at your house.
Yeah, you can't be doing that every day. You know what I'm saying?
And like I told you in the past, like how I never have been a person that liked leftovers.
I know. I said this nigga thought he was rich. He told me he don't like leftovers.
I had to get out of that shit.
Man, I love leftovers. Shit.
Because that'll make you broke.
I know. Hey, I love leftovers. My mama won't let me. She gonna say, motherfucker, you better get that, eat that old. Should be 4 days old, put it in the freezer. And then you want to throw her motherfucker. And you eat it.
This is the crazy part. Like my mother didn't throw shit away.
Yeah, you told me she did the soy sauce and shit. You were telling me what's that?
Like you know, like if you get like a block of cheese.
Yeah.
And after a while, sometimes it'll get like a little mold on one side.
Yeah.
She cut.
So
cut that shit off, man.
So let me ask you this: do you think that made you not like leftovers from her doing that? Cause how the fuck your mama like that, and you talking about you ain't really like leftovers for a long time? So do you think she made you like? I mean, cause like when I was growing up, my mom made me go to church all the time. It kind of made me rich. Church made me go to church like every day of the week, and at some point it made me like I ain't going to church when I get old enough.
I've thought about this, and I can't really put the connection together.
So you didn't hate when she was doing that at the time?
Man,
okay.
Because my mother was the mother that, like say we had Thanksgiving, and you know you had a turkey. Man, you're going to be seeing some with some turkey.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have turkey salad, all that shit. You're going to be eating turkey.
Turkey salad, turkey sandwiches.
I told you so. My mama we finna
eat omelets and shit.
You're going to freeze that other motherfucker. I'm going to make a turkey salad. Yeah, you're going to be eating this shit.
You know, and then after everything is cut off that motherfucking carcass, she going to freeze that motherfucker and then bring it back out to use it to make some stock for some other shit.
Yeah,
you know
put it in a soup and shit. You don't really know.
And I don't recall saying to myself, I can't stand this shit. But
right, that's why I asked you.
At some point, you
like, I don't want that shit. No, I never had no problem eating leftovers. I love leftovers right now today. I love leftovers. You know, certain food, you be like, I don't want that. I don't want leftovers. Just don't taste right.
It's a couple of dishes.
Yeah, certain shit just don't taste right.
It's certain shit, though, that I can eat every day. Like red beans and rice, something like that.
Yeah.
I eat that shit every day.
I love rice, so I eat shit out of some rice. So
so your people must be from the country and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Eating that rice.
For sure. My mom like rice, love rice too. So for sure. But yeah, I think like you said, it's just a false sense of reality with the social media and mother think they can get generational wealth. Oh, and people don't tell them everything. People don't tell them they've been to got settlements. A lot of motherfuckers probably got a settlement for a couple $100,000.
Oh yeah.
To help jumpstart their business. They don't be telling you all of that and you working from here, but you gotta just know this. You gotta just know ain't no generational wealth. If you ain't hitting the motherfucking lottery, which we know that's 1 in a billion chance, and you ain't finna get rich overnight. It just don't work like that.
Well, and then it
don't work like that.
It kind of comes down to, for me, people always worried about what somebody else is doing.
Yeah. Don't you hate that shit, G Dillon?
Like, damn. I mean, I know some people out there doing their thing. I got partners out there.
Oh, yeah, I got some people now that encourage me.
Who out there doing their thing.
I got some people encourage me.
I got a homie who's a doctor.
Yeah.
And
you look up to him to a certain extent.
I seen him. Yeah. He came up in the Benz one time. He didn't even know they made that kind of shit. Like, what the fuck is that?
One of your partners and shit.
Yeah,
But ask me this. All them sacrifices he took though, cause that's your partner.
Yeah.
So you like, man, this nigga was in med school for like 8 years when I was fucking around.
When he was in high school, he was talking about that shit.
Man, he was in med school, nigga, for like 18 years and shit. While I was out here fucking around and shit, he was in school and shit. So that's how he afford that band. That's why I'm telling all y'all out here, you gotta make them sacrifices and shit. When you see me and G Dillon, sometimes we shoot this shit. Some days I might be like, yeah, man, we got to shoot an episode. We can't leave the people. We got to do. It's a job. It's an obligation we got. If we want to get to this point, hey, suck that shit up. I don't give a fuck you arguing with your old lady or you don't feel too good. Yes, you can't take no 2-3 months off. That ain't how life work. If you trying to get to a certain point, and we trying to get to a certain point. So we ain't even shoot much as we want to. You know what I'm saying? We want to press the button even harder. Shit. So you just got to make sacrifices. When this motherfucker saying, we finna go out here, we got to go out of town, well, man, G going to be like, how we going to shoot the show? We can't skip out on the show for 2-3 weeks, you know what I'm saying? So that's the way you got to think to get ahead like this. You can't be thinking, I'll come back to it when I get ready and build a generational wealth. It don't work like that.
Oh, yeah, particularly doing stuff like this. People don't realize, the effort that it takes to keep content coming out. And when you look at some of the high-end shows that are out there, the shows that had 1 million, 2 million followers, they got a staff of people out there doing it.
Yeah, they getting content, people writing shit for them, content and all of that shit.
But to get to that point,
it take a lot of sacrifice, a lot of this. And you got some people behind me and G Dillon, which they had the little shit we even had. And we thinking we ain't nowhere, and you got some people probably looking up to us. So it's always steps. Like they say, you got to crawl before you walk. You got to walk before you run, and all of that shit. You got to run before you fly. I mean, it just them steps. People think they just gonna come out with a pamper on, and then they gonna be in a private jet. It just don't work like that. Like I said, you ain't Prince Harry. You ain't won a motherfucking lottery. That shit don't work like that. Prince Harry, and trust me, his people before him, they made sacrifices to build that generational wealth. That's why it's called generational wealth, for he ain't got to do all the shit you did.
Stop letting these folks on the internet send you off and shit.
Yeah. Hey, it was another thing. What you was telling me about some shit you seen Dave Chappelle's skit and shit, man. Tell the people what you was talking about, man. That shit was fun.
There's an old skit. I think it might have been like from the Chappelle show.
Some of y'all might even see. I can't remember.
He's out here walking with his girl, and they get stopped on the street for one of those impromptu interviews. And the guy asks, he's like, well, what's the craziest thing you've ever done sexually?
Ask the lady there.
He's asking both of them.
Okay.
But she answers first.
Okay.
And she said, I know. When I was in college, I had a threesome with these 2 guys, and my sorority sisters, they were cheering me on, and so
why she getting knocked all upside the head with all these knobs? They cheered on.
So Dave, he kind of take a step back. He looking back and like, looking at her, like, wow, okay. So then the interviewer asked him, and he said, well, I guess the wildest sexual thing I've done is have a have sex with old gangbang over here and not wear a rubber.
He talking about.
And then he walks away and says, I'm done. So I guess, my question would be, like, is there a statute of limitations?
As far as what?
As far as any past whole behavior and shit in your significant other.
That my significant other had.
So like, okay.
What?
So say, okay, so it's one thing, you've been together with your girl, y'all been dating for a few weeks or whatever, and then you kind of come around to find some shit out about her past or something she did, or some dudes some guys
a couple weeks.
So so say it's a couple of weeks. That's one thing. But say you've been with your girl 5, 10, 15 years, and all of a sudden you come to find out some shit that had happened in her past, before you all got together, but nonetheless, some
wild shit.
Some whole shit. And I mean, I say whole shit, but I mean, we all capable of it.
I think everybody should.
And we've all
amount of
a lot of us have done our fair share of shit out here.
Yeah.
So, at what point does the statute of limitations wear off, and is she good that you be like, don't worry about that shit?
I mean, if I'm with my girl, 5, 10, like you said, maybe even 15. It depends on what you've been telling me. I ain't saying I'm going to leave you or no shit like that, but I'm going to be looking at you like, motherfucker, I asked you to do something way lighter than that, and you wanted to chew my head off. Now I found out you getting trans shit ran on you, and your girl cheering you on. What the fuck is going on? So it might be some arguments behind that shit. Not from me. It's going to be you getting mad because you try to act like you was goody two-shoes and shit, and you try to tell me like, you wasn't doing none of that shit. Now, with me, G Dillon, 10, 11, I always been like this. I don't be believing half of them stories motherfuckers tell me anyway. When they be telling me, I bet. My man is God, and I don't got time for, somebody, hey, you got these hormones. Motherfucker be getting piped and shit.
That's why I don't even ask them kind of questions.
I don't ask them questions.
I don't want to know.
But some people be volunteering themselves like an angel and shit.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I don't do nothing. I go to work and so you don't do nothing. You ain't I don't got time for that. Motherfucker, everybody got time, but that shit don't take nothing but 10 minutes. Shit.
Well, so for me, in the past, it's been kind of the opposite where. They kind of land on that they kind of squares and that they ain't doing it. But then, like, some of the shit they doing with you be like...
Oh, yeah. See, that's a tell-all, too, what they be doing with you.
You be like...
You don't just wake up learning that.
Okay.
I like it, but you lied. Hey, G, you be like, I like it. Who taught you that?
I'm not telling you to stop.
But you lied.
But you got that shit from somewhere.
You got that shit from some, and that's my thing.
I would love to take credit,
but I can't. I don't want you to come to me not knowing shit, especially at these ages. I want you to know some shit, and why you knowing that shit? I know somebody taught you that. Yeah. So all that lie you telling me, I know better. Shit,
and you had your head, you going woo.
Motherfucking toes throwing up gang signs and shit. But hey, that's what I'm saying. So some shit is just a tell-all in itself. Like you said, when they do certain shit, you don't usually be doing this. So yeah, I bet you don't. They want you to feel so. I'm so special. My game ain't that motherfucking tight. You know what I'm saying? So, but now 5, 10 years, I don't think I'll leave you. But if you sitting here acting a certain way, I'm gonna have fun with you. You gonna get mad.
Oh, talk some shit.
You gonna get mad.
Talk some shit.
You gonna get mad. Oh, yeah, motherfucker. Fuck you. You did some shit. I ain't sitting around saying like I ain't did shit. That was you.
And let me look at this camera. So first of all, let me get this out. Y'all don't be out here. This doesn't mean be telling all your past and all that shit. First of all, don't be asking all them dumbass questions. Second of all, if it do come out, hey, it came out. Everybody deal with it as they need to deal with it. But don't be out here asking all these questions.
Oh no.
Because more often than not, you really ain't prepared to
know
with the
all
smoke.
of that shit. Yeah. You don't want to know all that shit. But like I said, if I ask you a little freaky deaky shit, don't be trying to chew my head off.
Don't be acting like something wrong with me.
And you done did that shit before and
shit.
Like
I'm some kind of deviant and shit.
Then they still try to trick you. When I was young, but you ain't tell me that. If you would have said I did some wild shit, I don't do it no more.
I'm at the barbershop and one of my boys showed me the video and shit and the shit you doing.
Of course, I'm going to be mad and shit. I ain't saying I'm going to leave, but I'm going to be mad because now I'm looking like a fool and shit. Even though, like G said, that motherfucking Gow 3000, I know you learned it somewhere and shit. You ain't born with that, man. That don't happen like that. Shit. You know, we had to get used to eating vegetables and shit. When you a little kid, when you got a little kid, some motherfucking Brussels sprout, he be like,
man, hell no.
He learned over time. Now he got a liking for it.
He had to develop a taste.
Yeah. That don't just come like that, man. So you ain't just learn how to do all this go 3000 shit. Motherfuckers about, you only did that with you. I bet, motherfucker. This time, I know we only did it on February 28th, but the day you did it with somebody else, motherfucker. I can believe you done did it to me that day, motherfucker, but you done learned that shit from somebody else.
You said it just came too natural.
Yeah, it came too natural. It comes natural shit, man. Hey, it just come to, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I did a statue. It just... Like I said, that's why I don't ever try to tell nobody like I'm an angel and shit like that, because I ain't. I know I done did some crazy shit at times. And some shit I might not. But I ain't going to sit here and tell you if you get to talk about some shit with me. I ain't going to, and I done did some shit on them levels and shit before. I might be like, well, you know how you do that, but I ain't into that no more and shit. I might tell you some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
You know, me and my girl been together for 20 years. And... You know, I know it's some shit that she did in her past, and I don't know nothing about. Man, I ain't really giving a damn about. And I know it's some shit that I ain't volunteering. I'm not volunteering shit. You know, and we leave it at that. I mean, we have conversations and discussions about shit, but you don't be trying to get all in depth about what a motherfucker did in their past and all that, because you just ain't. It ain't no future in it. You know what I mean? It ain't usually no good ending to that shit.
Exactly. All they're gonna do is start an argument. And you know what I'm saying? Just
and then dudes be way more insecure about shit than they really want to let on to.
That's a fact. I can believe dudes more insecure than women when it comes to that.
Because then, they must be wanting to know about what was he liking. You really don't want to know all that.
Nah, you don't want to know
all that.
Hey, she be telling your ass, he broke up with me, motherfucker. So if he ain't break up with me, your ass won't be around. You don't want to hit no shit like that, motherfucker. So don't ask. Don't ask. But nah, I know we all. I think everybody should go through as I call it, pre-hoe stage. You gotta be a real hoe, but I think everybody should have experience with different people and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just to really know what you really want sexually, and just a lot of you meet the first person you with and you marry them and shit. That rarely works. It works at times, but it rarely works, especially nowadays. Like you said, with social media, it worked more so back then because you knew, the woman wasn't really working and all that. Yeah. Women making more money than guys. They got the social media, so now you really need to get to know people.
I mean, I know relationships that fall into that category. Yeah. Not that many. But,
that's why I said not that many.
But I mean, it's a lot different now.
Yeah.
Like I was just there talking about how like in the 30s and 40s and 50s.
The line was more clear drawn.
The average woman only met like a few guys in her lifetime.
That's why I said the line was clearly drawn. You can meet motherfuckers on social media. You ain't got to go out.
I mean, so many girls out here meet thousands of dudes. Yeah.
You can meet them on social media. That's what I'm saying. You ain't even got to go out. You can meet a motherfucker in a whole different city. You know what I'm saying? You can play the game and talk to a girl from a whole different city, state and shit, all the way across the country and meet her, and then y'all meet up and shit. They ain't had no option. Like you said, the line was more clearly drawn. The line more blurred than ever now, because it's like the gender shit and people fucking women and men. So it's like the line ain't so clear now. So you don't.
Yeah, and I think
so now I think you need to talk more than ever. And get to know people. You know what I'm saying?
I think people. A lot of people out here like get too excited about some of the changes that they see and they just, the world's going to hell. Yeah, well, somebody was saying the same thing about something
when
50
we
years
coming
ago.
up. I said when we coming up.
So, and a lot of this shit is new. It's brand new.
Yeah.
You know, this social media shit is brand new.
Yeah.
Some of the freedoms that people have
social media brand new. It came out while we was around.
Yeah,
my daughter was born into it, but it came around since we've been around. So it was new to us.
I mean, you think about if you look at just television. Television ain't really been around that damn long.
I remember High Definition. And first time I seen it when the Bears went to Super Bowl 05.
Yeah, and I mean,
so it's like a normal thing now. But when it first came around, that shit was groundbreaking to me.
Oh yeah, you know but like just TV as a medium.
Yeah.
Ain't been around that damn long. So, it's still people living who can remember when there wasn't no damn
Yeah, they
TV.
had radio. They listened to the Muhammad Ali fight and shit on the radio.
on the radio.
Yeah,
so
people that's still around with us right now.
Yeah. So people need to calm the fuck down and shit,
what people need to do
this level,
What people need to do is sit back and learn themselves more than people be trying to live other people's lives. Sit back and learn yourself and learn what you like. Fuck what everybody else talking about you should like or this what you should do. Sit back and think like, man, well, I don't really like that. I don't care if my guy don't go all out for this or my girl don't go all out for that. That shit don't let people pressure you and say, well, he ain't get you this. He ain't buy you this big ring, this ass. If that's really not you and y'all fine with that, do whatever work for your household and your significant other and your kids and shit. Don't let people try to infiltrate your shit and fuck it up. Yeah, and they should be fucked up worse than yours.
Because this is shit I hate that goes on now. You got this segment of society, a segment of people who the first thing out their mouth is freedom and all of this shit. All right, fine. But then the next word out their mouth is how some other motherfuckers shouldn't be doing what they do.
See what I'm saying?
You worried about what somebody else is doing. That's part of freedom,
motherfucker. Right.
And then, like I see, like we've had some guests on the show from the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
Right. And I thought it was a great show and learned a lot.
Shout out Key. Shout out Job.
So, you have people out here. Like, you have a lot of podcasts. Some brothers out here, and they have a lot of negative shit to say about the LGBTQ community and as it pertains to what's taught in school, as it pertains to a lot of different shit. So they're in alignment with some of these motherfuckers who are considered conservatives. But them same conservatives that they're in alignment with are the same conservatives who keep talking about make America great again or have shit. Motherfucker, they telling you that you got too much shit going on that they want to put to a motherfucker stop.
Yeah, can make America great again.
So how are you aligned? But you done found this little segment of they bullshit that you want to align yourself
what people
with.
Do?
And you feeling comfortable,
then you
want to bring that bullshit to me.
Ain't that what people do? They don't take the whole picture. They want to take whatever they feel comfortable about. No, don't just take that out of it. Take the whole thing.
Yeah, take all that shit that they talking about. He said
this and that and this too. So
so my thing is, if that shit is not directly affecting me, I ain't really giving a shit. And everybody needs to have the wherewithal and the freedom to be able to find their best life. Like if you told me next show, yeah, man, I'd rather be addressed as her or she. And you tell me that and you're adamant about that shit, I'm like, all right, cool, nigga.
Well, you ain't gotta worry about that shit.
Hey, I'd be like, yes, ma'am.
You ain't gotta worry about that shit.
But I mean, yeah.
But yeah,
I'm just saying, like everybody's acting like that's like the worst possible thing that can happen in their day.
Only thing I don't like about that shit is, okay, if you want to be addressed to that nigga, you got to give me some time. First time I call you to the letter,
I'm gonna fuck it up.
But a lot of them motherfuckers get mad. All right, motherfucker. I've been knowing you as a dude for 40 years, motherfucker. Well, yeah. And nigga, when the year changed and you writing on the paper, you fucked that up for like 2 first months and shit. You still write 2022 and shit. Like, oh damn, I forgot. Shit. But they really jump down your throat. Like you trying to be funny. They be thinking you trying, but no, motherfucker, I just gotta get used to that.
But this is what, to me, a lot of that shit is. A lot forever in this world, white men been able to say and do whatever the fuck they want to say or do to whoever the fuck they want to say or do it to. Without no repercussion, without no accountability, without shit. So now there are things in place, social media, businesses are looking to be more diverse and to be more inclusive. A lot of these systems that have been in their favor and allowed them to do whatever the fuck they want to do, they like, nah, time for you motherfuckers to change.
Yeah.
And so that's really what it is they bucking against, that they just can't say and do whatever the fuck they feel like saying and doing.
And I get it.
And everybody else just got to take it and shit.
Yeah, and that's why I said people just hate that when you don't agree with them and you tell them something ain't right. I mean, it ain't right.
You know, so you know, like workplace sexual harassment. And I had this conversation with my wife, and I asked her, I said, well, it's been things in the past that I've said or done. I said, and I think every dude out here need to maybe take inventory of some of the shit that they've said or done to a woman or to women, wherever. And my wife, this is her exact words to me. She's like, motherfucker, they ain't talking about your square ass. she's like, yeah, you a little flirty.
They talking about some harassing motherfuckers.
She say, you don't realize some of the shit these motherfuckers do out here.
I done heard. I talked to some chicks.
She said they grabbing motherfuckers' ass.
Yeah, I'm talking to some chicks.
They grabbing breasts.
Yeah.
She said they motherfuckers, they pulling.
No, I wasn't doing no shit like that.
They pulling their thing out. They doing all.
Yeah, I done heard. I done talked to some female and they told me
these motherfuckers out here buck wild.
Like you said, I done talked to female and they be like, they ain't talking about little shit, little flirts, and you talking about, can I take you out? Like these motherfuckers really pushing motherfucker in the washroom trying to kiss on them and all that.
Yeah, she's like, motherfuckers out here.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, it be motherfuckers really doing that shit.
So so now motherfuckers have been able to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Then along with they've been protected and given opportunities, whether they deserve them or not, and whether it's whatever field it may be, whatever company it may be. And they were always taught to believe that they were superior to everybody. Then as other people have gotten opportunities out here and these motherfuckers have had a chance to be around some of these other motherfuckers and they realize, oh shit, I ain't superior like I thought I was. Exactly. They was just protecting me because... Hey. So I could be an idiot.
Like my people always told me, you live long enough, life will humble you. Period.
So now, now they seeing that all of these things that they had in their mind about what they could say and do, or about how superior they were, they realizing all that shit is bullshit, is a lie.
No shit don't fly.
So now that's why they want. That's why they want to go back. They want to go back when these other people. When they can do and say what they want to do, they want to go back to where
makes sense.
The system supported them and the system protected them to where they really didn't have to compete. So now that's what they talk. That's why they so mad, because they out here, they gotta compete.
Yeah,
they gotta fucking compete for real.
Nah, I ain't support your bullshit. So
the system the system ain't supporting their bullshit.
But that's the bullshit. That's the real. Like I said, my people always told me, you live long enough, life will humble you. Life will teach you. Life teach you lessons can't nobody teach you.
Yeah, like you think it's an accident that in a lot of these inner cities that public school funding is going away.
Nah, that's by design. Because
they don't want you in a position to compete.
That's by design.
And so now, a lot of people. A lot of African Americans, a lot of people, a lot of minorities, they moving out of these cities. They getting out to these suburbs.
They want the school system,
and they keep getting their kids in these good school systems because they understand that's the only way you can compete.
Yeah, my parents when they said when they first was having kids and seeing kids coming up after they was adults, that they was shocked how these kids didn't want to go to school. They said we was crying to go to school. They wouldn't let us go to school. Yeah. Now y'all motherfuckers don't want to go to school. So she was really puzzled. My parents and shit were really puzzled about that. Y'all don't want to go to school. We was crying. They won't let her go to school. I had to get out in the field and shit. And you know what I'm saying? Really work in the farm and all of that shit. I couldn't go to school.
Yeah,
she said that wasn't an option for mine. You know what I'm saying?
My parents, both of my parents were the first and their families
to
go to college and graduate from college. You know.
So y'all listen, when y'all have these opportunities out here, don't be taking them for granted and this shit. You know, man, G Dillon can talk about this all day. But hey, we got forever and a day to talk to y'all. So we ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. You know, I know we can be long-winded and these good conversations that our people need to take in, man. When y'all watch this, take some of this in. Don't just watch it to have laughs and shits and giggles. Take some of this shit in, because we mean some of this shit. We adamant about, like you said, the generational wealth, going to school and all that. So, you know what I'm saying? What's going on, G? What you got to say to the people?
Hey, man, the same as usual. Love yourself, love one another. Treat everybody out here like you want to be treated. And, you know, be careful out here. Yeah. Be careful, man. Be careful fucking with these police, y'all. You keep all your stickers and all your shit in order, because, you know, that's a gimme right there when your shit ain't right.
Yeah, when you ain't right, they get them reading the fuck with you. G Dillon ain't lying.
That's
you gotta have everything.
Like my mother used to say,
away.
that's a bird that's laying on the ground when your shit ain't right.
You gotta have your shit
keep your shit squared away.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, but other than that, man, like I say, love yourself, love one another, treat everybody like you want to be treated.
Hey, and we're gonna close up episode 26. I'm your host, DJ 1011, with my co-host
G Dillon.
And we is out of this.
They're gonna